What's going on, guys? Blazing here, and today we got another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today's topic is going to be gearing your champs for clan boss, and more specific, your damage dealer, right? In clan boss, we have a lot of things that play a role. I mean, basically in game you have a lot of things that play a role. You have buffs, debuffs, and you have auras. So what a lot of people aren't taking into account, especially new players, is they don't know how all of these work on the percentages of what percent it comes off of, whether it's what you build them at, whether it's the baseline. So we're going to clear this up a little bit. I had a viewer today ask me about some builds that the optimizer spat out for them on Michinaki, right? It had one build that gave him 4200 defense with 120 crit damage. And then it had a second build that gave him 3500 defense with 220 crit damage. So he asked me which build was better. And looking at it, obviously, the better build was the 3500 with the 220 crit damage. Now you say, but you're giving up the defense and you're getting more crit damage. How does that work? The first build had a lot more defense but less crit damage. So it's simple. In clan boss, you are going to have increased defense up most of the time, and you're going to have the aura up most of the time, right? Now, if we pull up the Hell Hades optimizer real quick, and if you go to under the Hell Hades, nope, wrong one, sorry guys, close that back out. If you go into Hell Hades website, he has provided us with a tool that is also actually built in to the optimizer, but it's the damage efficiency tool, right? So let's go. Oh, well, it's putting that up. Nope, we don't want that. There we go. All right, there we go. We got that loaded. So let's go look up for Michinaki, right? You got Michinaki right here. So we have the 3500 defense build with the 220 crit damage. When you calculate this, now it's spitting us out telling us, hey, to be able to get the most damage out of your crit damage, you need a minimum of 4688 defense. So we need to obtain almost 1200 defense. Well, that's achievable actually, right? If you have increased defense, if you have the increased defense aura, you pretty much have that right there. Now, if you go in and you spit in the second build it gave him, which was 4200 with 120 defense. Well, hold on now. Now you need to gain 67 crit damage. You're not going to be able to do that. The best buff in game can give you only 30% crit damage, right? So the best way to kind of get these builds done, and when you go into the optimizer, especially when you're building for clan boss, you go in, right? We go to start, we're going to build for highest damage overall. Presets, we don't really have any. We're going to go to configure, make sure that, you know, you have whatever masteries are on, if you're going to take lower steel and whatnot. Go into battle. Now here's where it kind of matters, right? You go to boss, so it's going to be built for a clan boss. Target level, I don't know what the clan boss is. Let's see if we can figure that out real quick. Clan boss for Ultra Nightmare is level... What? Come on. Okay, level 250, right? So you could actually also find this, where are we? Back here. You could also find this under the Rage Stages tool, but so he's going to be at 2500, level 250, right? Actually, let's do it the right way. Let's go Rage Stage tools. We want clan boss, encounter, clan boss, select stage, Ultra Nightmare, and it spits us out here. So his HP, we're just gonna cut and paste. Let's go copy, put that in there. Target's defense is 1520. Okay. Alright, so now we have what the boss is going to be doing, or what the boss's stats are, right? This takes account into cruelty. This takes account into any decreased defense and weaken you put in. So now we go down and we hit enemy buffs and debuffs. So the clan boss is never going to have increased defense on, so we don't need to worry about that. We will be putting weaken on, right? We will be putting decreased defense. So we know that those are going to be two stable debuffs that we're going to have that are going to play a big role in the clan boss damage, right? So now you're building your champion, and now you're like, okay, well, how do I know what my best build is going to be? So we put in defense, strength, Helicath's is 30%, right? We are going to have increased defense the whole time. We are not going to have decreased defense. We're not going to have either of those. The worst that we're going to have is a decreased attack, which isn't going to matter to us, but it will matter when you're building your attack-based champions. So now you go back up and you go to stats. You put in the speed that you want, the accuracy that you want, and you don't really touch the crit damage or the crit rate, right? You let it be. The optimizer will figure it out. It's got the damage efficiency tool built into it, right? Especially because we're building for defense, for damage. We go to optimize, start, and it's going to take a couple of minutes, especially for me, because I like to run it higher to make sure I get the best possible build for the champion, because I don't like to build over and over again. Okay, whoa, look at this. It's giving us builds with 4800 defense with 303 crit rate. Well, hold on now. Let's go back into the raid damage tool. And is this gonna, is this really optimal, right? So we'll stop, we'll call it good for now. Okay. So what it's coming up with is 4800 defense with 303 crit damage. So find our boy Michinaki again. So we said 48, let's make sure I get the 4856, right? And then it's a 303 crit damage. Okay, well now this is telling us that we need 1048 defense. That's actually achievable because we will have the increased defense and the increased defense aura. So when you're actually looking into gearing clan boss specific champions, this plays a big part into it. You need to be able, a lot of people don't pay attention to this, whether you're going to have increased defense, and so a lot of this gets built in. So you need to make sure that your buffs, your aura types are put in, because you may be using more defense than is necessarily needed, and you could be putting more damage out if your champion had more crit damage, because you know you're going to have the increased defense buff. I believe with Helicath is up almost the whole time, and the aura is never going to go away, right? You're always going to have it. Even if the champ dies, you're always going to have it. So this is how you would probably go by and gear a champ. So now you're telling me, with the current build that I have, I need to have 1048. Now if we pull up our calculator, right, we did the math here already. Michinaki's is 1465. If you multiply by 0.9, that's telling you now you got 1318 defense more. So you got that between the buffs. So I hope this helped you. I hope it explained a little bit on how to properly gear champs for clan boss, even for arena. As long as there's speed tune, you have an increased attack, put that into the calculator so it knows. And even for even for doing dungeon runs, it can still help out. So just make sure you give the optimizer the right information needed to give you the best optimal builds. because if you're running it with 4200 defense because he's defense base, but he's only got 120 crit damage, it's not going to add. You're not going to do the same damage as if you were to have the 3500 with the 220 crit damage, right? So again, I hope this helped you guys out. Let me know in the comments below if it did. If you need help gearing a champion for clan boss or something like that, feel free to reach out. I'm always on Discord. Much love to you guys again for all the support and the subs to the channel. You guys have been great. Let me know again in the comments below if you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. We'll start doing more videos like this. If you don't, let me know. I'm not going to be upset if you don't like this. I'm here to get better at this, and the only way I get better is with more feedback. So, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.